You're entitled to shit.
Oh, that should be Trump's motto. That should be the right's motto. To the women's movement, to the fucking LGBT movement, to anybody who wants reparations, especially that one. You're entitled to shit. One episode, Chris was like, yeah, I didn't feel good this morning. I wipe my ass with your feelings. What, I haven't used that on my wife? I'm kidding, folks. She's a doll. How are you? Great to be with you. It's Wednesday in the state. I was just listening on the way to work. Harris Faulkner, I guess, last night did a town hall with all women in the crowd with Trump. And he was pretty good. He was pretty good. And some woman stood up who was like an ROTC or she was a veteran or whatever, but a young girl, and said, how are we going to be, how do we put America first without being the world's police? It was actually a great question and stuff. And yeah, she had a couple good ones. Anyways, and apparently here in the state of Georgia, early voting, 300,000 people have already voted. As opposed to, what's that?
Said hopefully the right way.
Well, I would think so, because the fact that it's so high compared to what it was last time tells me, because the right really got the message out. We got beat because of early voting, and it was a scam, and it was smart for them to, and they have been, Trump's campaign has been get out there and vote early. So I think that's a good sign. Does it really matter, though, if these cocksuckers are going to steal it? These faceless, unelected bureaucrats who have ruined this country that you didn't vote for? Does it really matter? Don't you care, Arthur? Don't you care? That was Al Pacino in Justice for All. Anyways, what else real quick? What happened since last night? I don't know. I got nothing. What did I do? What did I say?
Yankees another win.
There you go. That's about, would have guessed. Nick watched a ball game. Yes, the Yankees have a scary lineup. But I just got a feeling Cleveland's going to knock this up maybe. Let's get on with it already. First story, Trump trouncing the tramp. Donald Trump is now at the highest point in the betting odds since Kamala Harris entered the race.
Are you interested in the real story?
Oh, I am. The more Kamala opens her fish hole, that means speaks, the more she collapses. Why does it say pick there? Oh, there's a pick. That's Polymarket, and again, Polymarket is one of these, I guess, betting sites or whatever. It's really accurate, and both sides go to it to see what's really up, apparently. According to Crowder told me that. This is one of the more accurate ones. And Trump, 57.9% chance of winning over Kamala's 42%. But then you read that and you see the graphs, so it must be true. And then you put on TV, they're neck and neck. She's ahead by a point here. And then, suck it, fuck it. I don't believe it. I'll say it again. They're padding you for the shock. And I never wanted to be so wrong in my life. If they pull their shenanigans and she somehow wins, they're going to go, it was always neck and neck. And it won't look so shocking to you. But that's the truth of it. She's getting smoked. She's running around doing Charlemagne, the god, whatever the black radio guy is, doing his. She's trying to get. It's so obvious. At the last second, she's running around instead of doing this shit when she was in the White House with Biden. It's so fucking obvious. And I think that Dems are on to her. But like I said, that's all moot if they pull the same shit they did last election. And yes, they did pull shit last election. She actually, yesterday, she said she's going to give, she was talking to black voters, and black men especially, legalize weed and forgivable loans, which is just handing out money, by the way, which is an insult. Can you imagine if Trump or anybody on the right said, yeah, for you black guys, we're going to give you weed and free money. Can you imagine Trump saying, Free money. You like weed, right? They love their weed. They love to smoke. They love it. Look, I know some people say it's not a good thing to say, but I mean, it's the truth. They laid there while they're watching Maury Povich, find out who the mommy is and the baby and the kid. Why am I doing this? He doesn't smoke.
And fried chicken. They like fried chicken.
And chicken. I like fried chicken. I mean, who doesn't like fried chicken? Am I right? I'm in Georgia. You guys know. Boy, I stopped at Publix. They got some delicious chicken.
And grape drink and watermelon.
All right, now take it easy. Steve. Again, this is the what do you call it? The YouTube part of the show. Got to be careful. But yes, it's so obvious and transparent what she's trying to do at the last minute. Oh my goodness, God. And Charlemagne the God was like really going, no, you guys messed up on the border. And he was staying on her. I got a good feeling. You go on the internet, you see these black guys who you can tell they never voted Republican in their life. And they're like, fuck her, man. I think what's pissing them off also, she's trying to pass herself off as black. I think that really gets under their skin, that she's trying to pass herself off as black. I swear that got, it's so ironic because remember Biden going, man, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Oh, that's a good thing to say. They've been hemorrhaging voters since Biden, by the way. So this is the time, you idiots on the right, this is the time to, regardless of the election, to grab the black vote for the next, I don't know how many years. This is perfect. And like I said, they lean towards Trump and they go, well, this is racist to say, but it's true. They saw the system go after Trump. And in their minds, the system is always oppressing them. But they're like, they try to kill this motherfucker. So he must be on the right side. That shit went a long way. I don't care what anybody says. So, and there's the results. And also women, I think. Women are about security, and they don't feel safe. They do not feel fucking safe. Can't even go for a run without getting raped and killed. It's disgusting what's been done to this country. You know it, I know it. I got an itchy right nostril. Why? You get upstairs. It fucking remind me of the old man. He would go this way, though. Yeah, because these are here. Excuse me. That was his. These are here. But he could say, I didn't hit you with a closed fist. Well, you might as well have. Your fucking knuckles are on that, say. I'd say something wise.
It's also a little more aggressive from a visual standpoint, so it's a little more intimidating and terrifying than the open hand this way.
You don't see it coming. At least I don't, because he would do it while I was eating. I remember we had company over. I don't know if it was Thanksgiving or what, and I was in one of my moods, and my mother goes, you want salad? I go, what kind of lettuce? Which is a snotty thing to say. My father, crack, right in front of company. Right. Only on the side of the head, though. And Mr. Bevan, my sister's father-in-law, laughed. He couldn't even finish his dinner. He thought that was the funniest fucking thing. He comes up to me while I'm watching the game later on. Mr. Bevan, what kind of lettuce?
Goddamn guineas really make me laugh.
That's something he would have said. I told you, he gave me, everybody had CBs in the 70s. I was only in like 7th grade. And he gave me the handle, Galloping Guinea. He called me that because I was a running back, and he loved it. He always came to my games. Anyway, let's move on. I've bullshitted enough. Borderline suicidal. This is very interesting and not surprising. Border Patrol agents are threatening to leave the critical federal agency, that means guarding the border, in droves if Vice President Kamala Harris wins in November, with multiple agents telling the Post that they can't face 4 more years of being undermined and scapegoated.
Bye-bye.
You can't blame them. I'm not going to... Here's a quote from one of them. I'm not doing this shit again. 4 years of hell, said one agent who is nowhere near retirement. Another agent said, lots of guys who can retire will go. If Trump wins, they'll stay. And don't you think that would be enough? Again, if we lived in a country where half the country, it's not half, but didn't hate this country, which they do. They're an enemy of the fucking state. And if it was a slightly normal mentality of America first, we wouldn't have to worry about this shit. But douchebag Kamala, if she wins, she'll fucking... Are you kidding me? You think the borders are open now? She'll make it like Six Flags. Here's Mr. Trump talking to the border guys and telling them what, if he gets elected, what he's going to do for them.
In order to meet the goal of hiring 10,000 new agents, we need the agents. We need them badly. And keeping our incredible veteran agents on the force. Don't leave us. Raise your right hand. You're not going to leave.
You're not going to leave.
Don't leave us.
You're not going to leave.
I don't have to worry about them. They're very committed people. If we pay them nothing, they're not leaving. They want to save our country. They're going to save our country. But after I win, I will be asking Congress immediately to approve a 10% raise. I haven't had one in a long time for all agents. And a $10,000 each retention and signing bonus.
Hey, where do I sign?
We're going to retain them.
Not much in the podcast money.
I am your voice.
That's already a plan. Look at Kamala's whole campaign for the last couple of months. She hasn't even given that much. He's got a plan for everything. So I'll say it once again. If he doesn't win this fucking thing, it is another fucking steal. I'll say it again and again and again and again. Unless there's an October surprise. There's rumors there about Tim Waltz that coming from so-called kids who were victims. Again, just rumor, alleged, but that Ian Carroll guy, you know who he is on the internet? He's got a beard and long hair and shit, and he always gets these breaking stories. And he's sort of like a hip Alex Jones, a younger version. But he's good about it. He doesn't come right out and say, this is fact or whatever. Anyways, on Monday, the Border Patrol Union, National Border Patrol Council, endorsed former President Trump. The Border Patrol has suffered massive turnover and plummeting morale under the Biden-Harris administration, insiders say. Jay, I wonder if it has anything to do with like a few years ago when Joe Biden's like, look at their whipping. Those guys on horse are whipping immigrants coming across. Remember that? Never apologize for it. Imagine going to work knowing your fucking bosses hate you and don't even want you to do that job anymore. That's good. Same like the cops. How do you think the cops feel? They arrest somebody and fucking 3 minutes later they're on the street again and you got to deal with it. And they're not just like fucking people getting arrested for loitering and shit. Yeah, let me put my neck on the line 3 times. The agency has shed more than 4,000 personnel since October. That's more than the New York Jets coaching staff. Is it not? Say that, honey. Since October 2020, leaving about 19,000 employees. Oh, don't leave us. Both Trump and Harris have pledged to beef up the border. Oh, have you? You're going to beef it up now? This is probably an AI picture. Yeah. They dropped her in. She was shooting a commercial at a convenience store. Anyways, what is she going to do to beef up the Border Patrol? With the Republican nominee making the announcement Sunday about increasing the force by 1/3 or 10,000 new agents. What's her? She just says she's going to do shit. It is you people. But multiple agents who talked to the Post anonymously for fear of backlash. Can you imagine that's where they can't even speak out loud? That's where we're at from their bosses. Said that Harris is likely to take office with a massive staffing crisis at the agency if she is elected.
She's a little whore and a little piece of trash.
All right, that's how they feel about her. But can you imagine, folks? Fucking 4,000 guys just split. It's like the NYPD. All the guys that can retire are retiring, and nobody wants to do the job because you're handcuffed. You do your job, you get in trouble, you get sued. For what, $35,000 a year? It's another thing Trump should do, kick up the cop money. The tanking morale led the agency to hire its first, get this, suicidologist. Imagine that. Let me tell you something, I could have used that. To help combat the surging suicide rate among Customs and Border Protection, which includes Border Patrol. In 2022, listen to this, the agency recorded a record 15 suicides. All right, we get it. No need for the sound effects. 15 suicides. In 1 year? 2022? Is that what they're saying? Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. Because they're dealing with these third worlders. They got into the business to stop this shit. Can you imagine? And what do you go home just shoveling shit against the top? Oh, it's not like they're getting rich doing it either. Yeah. What the fuck? I think the minute Trump gets elected, he should go, you know how they were flying people in the middle of the night? Oh, that's unconstitutional. Arrest him, arrest her, get Mayorkas. Seriously, send the fucking FBI to see if you're on your side, Donald, this time. See if they're on your... Kick Mayorkas' door in, it's 4 a.m. when he's sucking his boyfriend's ass cheeks. Piece of shit. Delicious. Thank you. I'm sorry, folks. I tell you something. Speaking of ass cheeks, let's lighten it up. That's what we do. This is good news, actually, for you heterosexuals. Victoria's not so secret. They're bringing sexy back. Wasn't that Justin Timberlake had a song about it? They're bringing sexy back because no one really wanted it to go away. Yet once again, the left, who hates another example how they hate everything. And if you notice, most of the people who vote Democrat, they're ugly. They weren't popular in high school. They say they were bullied, and I hope they were, because they're really unhappy people. And they blame it on the United States, not on their shitty lives they've created for themselves. In May, Victoria's Secret announced their once iconic fashion show, lingerie extravaganza, is back and will reflect who we are today, plus everything you know and love, the glamour, runway, wings, musical entertainment, and more importantly, no elephants, no hippos, no fat fucks in bikinis, no plus-size models. There might be. They have to keep one or two just to, But remember this? That thing landed on my shoulder last night.
Do it.
Yeah. Do it. No, fuck that shit out of her. Don't do it. But who they are today, meaning Victoria's Secret, basically who they were during the hotness days, with a small expansion of the vision of beauty. Yes, small expansion of the, meaning we're going to keep a couple chunky ones, so we don't have to fucking deal with that, which is fine. Just keep them off the runway, put them in a cage in the back, throw some fucking watermelon rinds in there. Let them out every once in a while. You do a show in, I don't know, fucking Rochester, New York. Nobody sees it. Get your hot dogs here. Tonight's party parade aired live on Amazon.
Delicious.
Thank you.
You look at that picture, and all I can hear is,
that's fucking beautiful.
Tonight's panty parade, that's what it says, aired live on Amazon Prime, reverted to familiar faces. Veterans who have already donned the famous wings before it was canceled. Celestial bodies like Tyra Banks, Gigi Hadid, Mayowa Nicholas, Barbara Palvin, is almost pelvic, Bahati Prince Salu. Oh, I love Bahati. Have you had the Bahati? With the Prince Lou on the side? Jasmine Tookes and Adriana Lima.
Delicious.
Lima. The splashy additions, by the way, none of those girls that landed on my head outside. The splashy additions are plus-size mannequins? Paloma Alesser and Ashley Graham. What does that mean? Who said she agreed to walk because the brand is planning on adding larger sizes. Yes, for all the hand-wringing, all the lectures on body positivity and corporate self-flagellation, it's back to hot supermodels, strutting down the runway in skimpy, sparkly bras with no hairy nuts hanging out. and not meant for mere mortals. The yearly lingerie show was put on ice due to poor ratings and a bad stench from inside corporate headquarters, which was reeling from #MeToo tumult and associations with Jeffrey Epstein. Their downfall was accelerated by Ed Razek, that rascal Eddie Razek, who was the show's architect, telling Vogue in 2018 that they shouldn't have transsexuals walk because the show is a fantasy. And they got in trouble for that. That was the downfall. That's when they came after him, when he said that. But it's back. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I don't know.
Definitely another indicator.
Yeah, it's all the indicators. Again, that's why I say if it goes her way, it's baloney. Hey, for those of you watching me on Mug Club right now, stick around for the rest of the show. Rusty is go to nickdip.com to sign up to get my full show. You'll get Steven Crowder's full show, which is worth it, the subscription itself. Alex Jones pops in and out. Brian Callen, a funny guy, has his own show there. And the undercover team they have, it's got a name, I can't even remember what it is, they've broken national stories already this year, and they got a couple more they're sitting on. It really is. Some people make fun of podcasts. This one actually gets shit done. So go to nickdip.com and sign up for Mug Club. Also, November 9th, I will be at the Bridgeview Center Theater in Ottumwa, Iowa. We just started selling tickets a few weeks ago. So November 9th, Bridgeview Center Theater, Ottumwa, Iowa. Looking forward to it. Don't know that I've ever done a show in Iowa. Also on this show later on, if you're sticking around, we got a story about the Chinese military. Once again, they have a new weapon that they obviously got the idea from us. It's what they do, and they make it a little better. So it's pretty cool what they did. Also, I got some footage of an intolerant liberal bitch getting thrown off a plane. And it's not some young crazy woman or some shit. This is the face, of the Democrat Party and the intolerance. You're going to want to, I'm giving you a trigger warning, because already a couple people put their foot through the TV watching this. She's a scumbucket. If it's a she, you decide.
Hi, good night, everybody.